All right, welcome to another 902 gaming video. Today I'm going to be going over the deck list actually from January 17th. So I moved on from the 10th now, and I'm on to the 17th. Too many of the decks from the 10th were a bit too similar. A lot of mono black stuff, or black red or black green or something, all playing basically the same cards. So I wanted to try something different. And today we have from the 17th, so a few days ago. We have a Abzan enchantment deck. So the reason this one looks kind of interesting to me, first and foremost, is playing Skeletal Swarming, which seems to be a fan favorite again. Playing Wedding Announcement, which if you've watched any of my other videos, you know how I feel about this card. I think this card's way underrated at this point. Playing Hallowed Haunting, a bunch of removal spells. We have Borrow Time, Meat Hook Masker, Path of Peril, Doomscar. But it's also playing some runes. And the interesting thing about playing runes is it's not actually playing any creatures per se. I mean, you can make creatures from Skeletal Swarming. You can make creatures from Ranger class. It's not playing any creature lands. And you can make creatures from Hallowed Haunting. So I think I have to see. My guess is when you cast a Rune of Might, for example, I think you need a target before you can actually. I'll have to see. I'll have to test this theory out because I'm wondering if when you cast the creature, when you cast the Rune of Might, if you cast it, and it triggers the Hallowed Haunting, it creates a creature that you can then target it. But I think you need the target before you actually can cast the spell. So I'm not sure if that works. I don't think it does. We'll find out. We also have creatures from Wedding Announcement as well. And then we're also playing Rite of Harmony, which, aside from Skeletal Swarming and the really good removal from black, I can assume that's why we're playing an Abzan style deck. I think I said before, I don't think there's very many good green enchantments. It's basically playing, I think, the only two that are viable on a deck like this, Ranger class and Skeletal Swarming. And it also includes Rite of Harmony. So we're trying to, again, this card to me just reeks of a combo deck. It's where it belongs, I think. You can also create quite a few creatures because you're playing a few cheap enchantments and stuff, and all of these draw cards. So you get some redundancy, but we'll have to see how it plays out. But that's one of the reasons why I was very interested in playing this deck. We're going to just do best of one, of course. That's all we ever do is just play best of one games. Just to see how it sort of plays out, give you an idea. I've played Hallowed Haunting quite a bit. And the thing that I can say about it is sometimes it's terrible. Sometimes you don't want to ever cast it on turn 4 because you'll likely lose and you have to use that turn to, cast a removal spell or something. And there's other times where you have like 2 or 3 copies in play and you start casting enchantments and you just completely overwhelm the game and you overwhelm your opponent. I have a Ranger class that we're going to keep. We're going to go with the Deathcap Glade because this will probably come down as the white source, I think. I don't think I need double white for anything, do I? Oh, Hallowed Haunting. Yeah, that's fine. This will come down as that and play Ranger class. In theory, I probably should have done this and then put this as a black source, but that's okay. Okay, so they're playing 2, 3 color. They're playing Esper Dungeon, I guess. We're just gonna play the Wedding Announcement out right now. Voltec has lifelink and has Death Touch. Okay. You get to draw a card. Doesn't pump the creature. These ones don't pump. I think only the red one pumps. So we can play the Deathcap Glade. Do the pump. Oh, fly. That's cool. Well, I guess that's why you're playing Esper. Be able to get this with hit it with fly and then venture again. It's pretty sweet. We'll just have to get rid of that. Just gonna attack with one because I want the creature, not the not to draw a card at this point. Yeah. Although it's fine to have drawn a card there. Okay. Play lamb. I could just play Skeletal Swarming here. I think I'll just attack, actually. Yeah, we'll attack with these two. I'll draw a card and I'll play Skeletal Swarming. Yeah. Sure. I'll draw. Okay, so now they get bigger. So he gets to draw a card. Cool. I think we'll put Death Touch on this. Draw a card. Play this as a black source. Put lifelink on this. Okay, draw a card. Ranger class. I think we'll just activate this. Oop. Put it over there. Yep. Another creature. They have lots of cards. They're a little bit choked on mana. Okay. I have two options here. We're gonna attack anyway. So I can play Wedding Announcement. I think I just play Skeletal Swarming again. Double Swarming is pretty good. I may have Doomscar or something. Okay. Yeah. This causes the trigger twice. Nice. Good game. All right. Well, I kind of got to see the power of the deck and double swarming. I like how the runes kind of keep the deck churning, sort of. Not convinced 100% that it's the best choice for the deck, but so far it seems pretty good. Play another one. That was pretty quick. Opponent didn't get much of a chance to interact with us. We'll keep. I am on the draw, so likely going to lose this game for sure. Not too many Oh, okay. They didn't play any. All right. Play this as a black source, I guess, and then pass the turn. Oh yeah, okay. That's fine. Interesting though. That has a green source. What does this have? Flying protection from vampires. Now I have a choice to either play Wedding Announcement, which I think I will. Yeah, I think I'll play Wedding Announcement. I think when you're on the draw, you kind of gotta start putting threats and stuff on the board rather than trying to deal with their permanents one at a time, because you'll end up falling behind. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yep. Oh, I got double borrowed time. Okay. We'll cast borrowed time here. Take care of the Hallowed Hunting. And then attack. I think Paladin class is actually a pretty good main deck card. My opponent seems to be playing just straight mono white. Yep, that's fine. They get permanent spirits and enchantments. Okay. Oh, they're playing. All right, cool. Okay. No problem. They have no cards left. We'll cast the borrowed time on Catilda. All right. So now they'll probably pump here. Yep. Wait, what happened there? Oh, prevent all combat until buy. Okay, my bad. Okay. We'll just draw some cards here, I think. Yep. Okay. Go to combat. Munch. Cool. Oh, it does say enchant permanent. Ah, okay. I never noticed that before. Sure. Okay. In the turn. Yep. Sure. Okay. Play this. Now this is usually where they draw a big bomb. Or the exact same card, that's fine. Play land. Um. Well, see, I don't want to cast that because well, let's flashback this. Okay. Okay. I don't really draw anything, but that's fine. That's interesting that the rune actually says permanent. So. Alright, so this creature's 2 mana. I think now we can get rid of this. That. I can play Skeletal Swarming. Alright. Alright. Play this. Play the Hallowed Haunting. Yes. 0. Confirm. Autopay. Creature. Keep that one. Okay. I could have actually done it for 2 if I wanted to. I would have got an extra skeleton. We'll play this. Make another cleric. Get a wolf. Pop that. Auto pay. Next. Attack. Put it over there. Munch, munch. Creature spells. I don't have any creature spells, so there's no point in actually using that one. It's game over now, I think. They need maybe a Doom Scar or something. We'll save them. Okay. I have the Doom Scar. Nice. Okay. Go to combat. Good game. All right. Well, that was quite impressive, actually. I didn't really have wasn't any difficult matchups there. Not gonna do another one. I don't think. I think you kind of got an idea of how the deck actually plays, and rather than, you know, kind of beat a dead horse, and I think you're. Let me take a look at the deck list here. I should have wrote. This is January 17th. Runes. Okay. It's interesting because on one hand, I thought the runes actually way overperformed. They're basically just enchantments that cantrip, which in any combo deck, it's totally fine. I drew a lot of cards actually in both games. There's not very many weaknesses in this deck. The only weakness I would see is potentially maybe like a blue-black control deck, which, you know, in all honesty, in a best of 1 game, you're not going to do that well anyway. They did play some go blanks and some humiliates in the sideboard, which I think is important. You need something to deal with, you know, those strategies. And I think those are pretty good. Go blank, especially against any of the Lear decks, I think it's pretty good. So this deck seems to be very built for the metagame. And based on the fact that something I never realized before, that the runes can enchant anything. It doesn't need to be a creature or an artifact. Just based on the fact that it says, you know, if it's an equipment or if it's a creature, never really noticed. It's just permanent. So any of the other enchantments, you just basically pop it on, and then you can put it on some of the creatures if you make them, and if not, you can just sort of cantrip them and draw a card, and then continue to kind of go off and just drop lots and lots of enchantments. That being the case, the only change I would make really is probably cut down a little bit on the runes. Probably specifically the Rune of Mortality. I didn't care much for that. I definitely would always, in a deck like this, I would definitely want ways to deal with permanents like that none of my my mass removal spells don't deal with. So there you saw the Hallowed Haunting. They didn't really draw very well after, so it really wouldn't have mattered. It is kind of one of your, playing with all your eggs in one basket kind of thing. If your opponent is playing some type of mass removal spell. I forget the name of it. What's it called here? Something like Devastating Mastery or something. You're pretty much done. But that being the case, this doesn't see a whole lot of play right now. I don't think it sees any play at all, to be honest. 6 mana, destroy everything. I think it doesn't see any play. There's not really a whole lot else I can say about this deck. It was pretty sweet. I enjoyed it. So in terms of mythics for Crimson Vow, Hallowed Haunting will offer you probably the most amount of fun, I think, because you can kind of sort of build off. It's one of those cards that you can really build off of. And while you do have to take a turn off to actually cast it and play it, the payoff tends to be quite high, which is unusual for cards like this. Or I guess that would maybe determine whether a card is standard playable or not, is if you do have to take a turn off, does it cost you the game? Generally it won't, considering the amount of removal you have, as that's the only time you'll ever face pressure or any kind of velocity, is if you can't handle your opponent's creature rush. In this deck, in the main deck anyway, it's built to handle the creature rush with Meathook Massacre, Path of Peril, and Doomscar. And anybody that can't handle Skeletal Swarming, it'll basically overwhelm the game. So the numbers seem to be pretty good here. I did cut one. I would just cut probably one of the runes and play an extra Borrowed Time. It is possible as well to play where's he at here? Nope. I forget the name of it. I didn't like this. This doesn't seem to be necessary. I don't think Skyclave Apparition. I think this is a good choice too, because it's a spirit, and you can also remove something. Basically, most threats at 4 mana or less. So it's pretty good for that. That might be something I consider as well. I don't think they're playing anything in the sideboard like that. No, they're just playing Deadly Brew. Deadly Brew is also a very interesting card as well, because if each player sacrifices a creature or a planeswalker, but then if you sacrifice a permanent, if they've already destroyed one of your other permanents, you can kind of get anything back. So that's very interesting for a deck like this as well for 2 mana. It is sorcery, but I think that's fine. Also playing a couple extra Doomscars in the sideboard as well to handle more creatures and another Path of Peril. You really want to draw those cards against like mono white or green or anything like that. The other thing you might want as well, potentially, is maybe some type of Vanishing Verse or something like that in the sideboard. Maybe over Deadly Brew. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, anyway, I think the deck is really sweet. I'm definitely going to sort of play around with this version because of the runes. Actually, it allowed you to gain some velocity and really start pushing ahead of your opponent. And typically you don't get to draw a lot of cards with a deck like this. You're basically just relying on the top of your deck. Rite of Harmony was never the best, but with so many cheap enchantments, it really pushes ahead. So I think that's really good. I enjoy the deck. You should give it a try if you have the wild cards and stuff. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.